Hi there. Thank you, Diana, for the question regarding hypnosis, and you didn't believe in hypnosis. So I'm just going to record a video just to explain a little bit about it. So, um, people often watch TV or you watch those shows with Paul McKenna, and you see people acting out and doing all kinds of crazy things. And quite especially Darren Brown stuff. Some of the stuff he's done has been quite extreme. And if you're not in the world or you've not experienced it, it can seem like it's fake, right? It can. Now, when you watch those shows, not Darren Brown stuff actually, so much because he tends to focus. He tends to really take a long time to select someone special for his shows. But when you go to a normal hypnotic stage show, you will have an element of people who play act. They don't. They're not. It's not like they're collaborating with the hypnotist at all. It's not like it's planned. But what happens is it's like they're on stage and they're expected to act a certain way, and so they do. So there is an element of that. I've even seen that with some of the best hypnotists in the world. That has happened because all hypnosis is self hypnosis. It is. You go into it, and what the hypnotist does is lead you through something, but you have to do it yourself. You see. Now there are people there's different spectrums for this. There are some people who have such an amazing mind that when you say things to them and you lead them in a certain way, they can imagine such incredible things and be fully invested in that experience. It seems miraculous. Suddenly whole buildings can disappear in front of them. Suddenly they can hear things that aren't there. I mean, seriously, there are some people there who have an amazing mind that can do that. Now, in an extreme way. Now, we all do it to some degree. We all have that ability because the way the mind works, to save energy, it's continually creating an experience projected from inside our minds. So when if you look ahead at the room you're in now and you look at the wall, you think you can see all the detail there, but you can't. Your brain is taking up tiny chunks of it and then piecing the rest together with a projection. And the reason it does this is because if you truly had to look at every part of it, every line, every nook and cranny, every crack, every bit of paintwork, you wouldn't have any energy left to think or to walk or to do anything. And our bodies and minds are always trying to conserve energy, and it does this for a projected image. And so the world you see is not the world. You will never, as human beings, we are incapable of ever seeing what the world actually looks like. We've no clue what anything looks like, what colours really are. We just see a projected version of that. It's the best we can do. It's a functional way of doing, like a visual metaphor, essentially, is how we see the world. So that whole thing of seeing is believing, it doesn't work that way. That's not how the world works. That's not how our minds work. And so what I'll be teaching in this workshop is how to use self-hypnosis for your own benefits. Now, you have been in hypnotic states. You go from one to another all the time. When you're walking along and you're walking along and you sort of you suddenly arrive somewhere and you don't really remember the journey. You were in a form of hypnotic state. When you same in a car, when you've driven somewhere and you don't remember the journey. When you've been in the zone, you're playing a sport and you're in the zone. That is a form of hypnosis, okay? Now, what I'll be teaching is what I call an accelerated meditation. What I've found because I've done a lot of meditation too, and what I found with meditation is it feels quite aimless, at least it does to me. Like it's just repeating a process and trying to just bring your focus back onto something that you're paying attention to when your mind wanders, but there's no actual directed aim. Now, what I found with this technique I'll be teaching you is it just helps you really focus in quickly. I found it to be extremely powerful. You can change psychological states in minutes or even seconds, and physical states too. Severe anxiety can be gone in moments. Panic attacks can be stopped. I mean, it's really cool, the stuff you can get. It helps you be more creative as well. And when you get good at this, you can do it anywhere. And you can do it in a few minutes or you can do it over a long period of time. Oh, this helped me cure my insomnia, actually. Years ago when I learned it, I used to have insomnia. I couldn't sleep. And I did this. And if you do it laying down, you just go to sleep. So it was really good for that. So yeah, it knocked it on the head. So there are many, many applications for self-hypnosis. It's awesome. And What it is, the reason I'm doing it now is it's a base level skill that I've had for like 9 years or 8 years, I think it is. And I've kind of forgot all about it because it's just something I do naturally now. And I forgot the power of it. And the reason why I came up with it was because I was teaching someone it the other day and I remembered the impact it can have. So, yeah, so that's why I'm doing this workshop. That's what hypnosis is to me. If you've got any questions, please ask. Otherwise, I'd love to see you at the workshop. Take care.